Hi, it's Kevin May in the PhocusWire Studio. Delighted to be joined by Rajeev Kumar. You're the CEO and MD at Mystifly. So Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
You've been pitching here at the Phocuswright Conference, in particular this product called C2.
Yep.
So give us a brief kind of 30-second, 1-minute overview of what C2 is, and then we'll kind of dive in a little bit on that. And then we'll talk a bit about the company maybe later on.
Sure. So C2 is an extension of our core product called OnePoint. C2 helps online OTAs automate the post-booking process, which today is completely broken in the internet e-commerce world. The best of OTAs today expect that their customers give them a call, and they have employed thousands of people in their back office call centers to handle post-booking process because structured data is not available or was not available for them to automate the post-booking process.
Yep.
C2 addresses this core pain point by structuring that unstructured data at the back end and allowing the OTAs to drive automation for changes and cancellation.
Okay.
So with few clicks, you make a change, you cancel your ticket.
Okay.
And it's a 100% fair guaranteed product.
Okay.
Which actually means that if one of our customer was using us for their booking process, we offer them the refund fee at the time of search. So even before you've booked your ticket today through C2 as an extension, a consumer would get to see how much money he's going to get back if he has to cancel this transaction sometime later.
Okay.
And he would know the exact change fee. Again, all of this is guaranteed through Mystifly.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's interesting because before we came on air, I was saying to you, often trying to get something cancelled with an OTA is very problematic.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, has your solution arrived at because of consumer frustration or OTAs realizing that they can be quite rubbish at this?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both.
Right.
I think for us as a B2B business, though we are powering and working with OTAs, eventually, we got to think about consumer problems.
Yep.
And as a business, what we're creating is a tech stack that an OTA could consume to create great customer experience for their travelers and not really worry about the back-end connectivity and all of those problems, right? I mean, they get an opportunity to focus on what they're really good at, which is serving their customers, creating great experiences for their customers, and worry little about the back-end connectivity, as far as the airlines are concerned. So we're solving that piece for the OTAs today.
Okay, so obviously it's focused on the OTA. It's an OTA problem that you're trying to solve. I mean, how much involvement with suppliers does this kind of need, or do you leave that element?
Yeah.
How does that bit work?
That's a great question. I think generally innovation on the airline side is always restricted and limited to what an airline can do and cannot do. But in what we've done here, it doesn't expect any changes as far as the airline is concerned, right? Or the existing distribution infrastructure is concerned. Nothing changes from what these businesses have been doing. We've created a layer on top of what exists. And that layer is the innovation that we're talking about, how we've deployed NLP ML model, learned from historical 6 years of manual data that we've processed, compared our NLP algorithm against historical data, perfected that, the whole process of offering a guarantee. So from an airline standpoint, from a distribution system standpoint, they don't really make any changes. It just remains the same. It's just that we've added a layer of convenience and great user experience creation process in the process.
Okay, so you solved this problem. I mean, just look forward a bit now, Rajeev. I mean, many of these will be your customers, but what other things? This is something that you've solved because OTAs weren't particularly good at it. What other things are OTAs not good at that you think needs to be fixed?
It's a question that is difficult to answer for a fact that we're not an OTA,
right?
And we are in the ecosystem that supports and powers the OTAs. But I think to answer your question, one of the larger challenges that exist especially in the flights business that we are in, is today everything being driven around price discovery or maybe the cheapest price proposition, right? Typically, what the airline world is expecting is a model where they're able to position their product better. Not necessarily on account of pricing, but because of the value that the product is actually bringing onto the table, and that's where IATA is driving initiatives around NDC, and all of that. So yeah, I think if you ask me what is that OTAs will be doing or need to do, I guess is to continue offering great customer experience. I mean, I don't really think there's an answer beyond that from my perspective.
Sure, and NDC and how do you kind of view its progress at the moment?
I mean, see, the beauty of all disruptions is the fact that initially the change is really slow, but then at some point it really takes on, right? And then, so I think NDC is an inevitable proposition, right? I think it's just in the form of what it is, or anything which evolves beyond NDC is definitely something that has to happen, right? Because it's in the interest of the consumer, it's in the interest of the supply. So on both sides, there is clear benefit. I think this decade clearly will result in great revolution, as I would say. I'm sure as far as the airline retailing is concerned. Something that we've never seen possibly in the last many years. I think definitely will be visible this decade.
Okay, great. Rajeev Kumar from Mystifly, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.